How's it going, everybody? Welcome all back to another brand spanking new chapter of Dead Space. Jumping into chapter 6 here. We're making our way towards the mining section of the ship. I almost said engineering, which, I mean, I guess that's not too far off because mining and engineering are connected to one another, which is actually going to make backtracking super duper convenient for later. But in the meantime, we've got more engineer shit to attend to, being that is Isaac's occupation.
The mining deck systems are running haywire. Great. Let me work on the elevators. Any idea where Temple's SOS Beacon might be?
I'll check the mining control room. The launch tube's there. I can send out a beacon easy.
Anyone there?
Hammond? Where are you?
In the vents, hoping they don't hear me.
Yeah, those things are everywhere.
No, the unit's hard.
So I have some explaining to do, but I'm going to wait for this dialogue to end.
One of them stabbed her friend in the head. He just stood there. He fucking smiled. They're going somewhere.
Hammond! Shit. Lost the signal again. We gotta find that beacon, Isaac. Fast.
So, when I initially recorded the first, I think, 3 minutes of this video, I didn't realize that my PS5 controller was not muted. So, that's what that random crackling noise is in the background. That's the sound of me pressing buttons, because I forgot to mute the controller. But it's okay. Also, you could just, that was my cat meowing. Literally hear my cat meowing in the background.
The captain's rig won't get me in.
But yeah, as soon as I use this save point here, I'm pretty sure the background noise stops and the audio goes back to its usual good old-fashioned self. But yeah, I apologize for that. I totally neglected to mute my PS5 mic, and sometimes that's just the price of doing business, you know? But anyway, jumping on back into things. I'm like perpetually distracted by the sound of me pushing buttons on the controller. Can you imagine how embarrassing it would have been if I would have like said something racist or something while I was like recording this on my own time? You just hear me in the background saying some rather provocative things about Jewish people or something. I'm not that guy. I don't have to worry about these things. Alright. Going on over to the bench. We are upgrading the pulse rifle, because you want to upgrade the pulse rifle if you want to keep using it. If you want to not keep using it and you want to put that shit away, I would say go for it. But I'm a man who likes to use the pulse rifle pretty much the entire game. So we're going to be stacking power nodes into that bad boy. Also, chapter 4, I almost said chapter 4. What the fuck? What is this chapter again? Chapter 6? Chapter 6 is long, as you can tell.
All of the mining subjects are locked down, even though all systems are running. I'm gonna figure this out.
So, going down to the elevator here. We got this nice sign that we can read. Always follow mining procedures, blah, 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 blah. You can pause that if you'd like to brush up on your mining safety procedures. Some of you may have a test coming up, so use my video to cheat if you'd like. So, I have a specific way that I like to tackle this necromorph encounter, because this fight always plays out the same. There are 3 necromorphs in total. The first one always scurries up through this vent, and then he pops in right about now. Alright, so I wait for him to kind of get close to me in this corner, hit him with stasis, and then when this guy jumps in, I give both of these guys the force gun barrage of a lifetime. And then when this guy pops in, I just do that. Bada bing, bada boom. That's why the force gun is the shit. And if you don't like the force gun, I don't like you. That's just the way it is. Yeah, that's a really easy way to make short work of that encounter if you have stasis and force gun ammo handy. If you don't, well, good luck, partner. I mean, it's not exactly the hardest fight in the world. It's only 3 enemies, but yeah. We're going to be fighting a couple of things on this elevator. Not really a whole lot, but sometimes the aggressor AI will randomly throw a necromorph on the elevator, like when you go back to it. That's something to look out for. So, welcome back to this hallway where we've got these line gun traps all over the walls. You can grab these boxes to sort of block them, and sometimes these traps will just straight up disappear. It's kind of weird. Like this one, see, it's gone. It was like that one too. Like both of those traps just disappeared. Usually that doesn't happen, but yeah. We're going this way first because this room is ore storage. You can remember the premeditated malpractice side quest that we've been working on. This is our next stop to completing that quest. Move all this garbage out of the way, and then interact with the security station.
Security, we got some freak called Harris stealing from ore storage.
Dr. Mercer sent me for osmium to complete his work.
Yeah, I don't care if God Almighty sent you. You skim from CEC's profit margin, we get screwed.
God?
So, you can put that osmium down, or I can break your arms first.
I worked with people like you on Aegis 7. They'd steal my power nodes. Leave me to dig with no light.
Stealing a man's power nodes is the most deplorable, heinous shit I can ever imagine.
Walker whispered its revelations there. Now I understand them. Do you want to hear?
Warning. Untrained personnel may not use suit kiosk.
No, stop, please!
I said please when they shut me in. Screamed it too. I promise I won't laugh like they did.
Warning. Suit kiosk is obstructed. Serious injury may occur.
Oh God, help me!
So, Brant Harris sealed that poor bastard into the suit upgrade station. Tried to give him a suit upgrade, but he wasn't wearing a suit. So instead he got, like, fucking welded to the inside of the shit. Pretty fucked up. Anyway, next part of our side quest we'll be tackling in the next chapter. It's actually when we get to complete the quest, too. I was kind of mad at this guy for being in my way. Stomping him out. I don't care if you don't have a leg. Also, why was that guy's rig full? Like, he had, like, full health, but he was missing a leg. Huh, what a trooper. Anyway, so when you come down here, I like to get my grenade ready because this infector shows up. But not anymore. Power of grenademanship. We can get rid of that situation. Also, this fire extinguisher is going to be relevant momentarily, I promise. I think with all the enemies cleared out for now, I made a trip to the store to sell stuff. Goodbye semiconductor and goodbye oxygen tank, because once you upgrade your air all the way, you're really not going to need those. And then coming over this way, there's another workbench. Some loot and a bench. In the original Dead Space, this workbench was the home to a pretty well done jump scare. It was pretty memorable. But sadly, the same jump scare does not make a reappearance in the remake. Like, it kind of does, but they changed it to where it's not as cool. But yeah, the original Dead Space had a really cool jump scare that would happen when you would use that bench. Okay, so what we do here is we go up this elevator, and then we take a little bit of a jog into this hallway, and then we run back. And then down we go. And these buggers that assemble in the hallway actually do not join us on the elevator, which allows us to assemble them into one spot, and then we grab the fire extinguisher, and then we do this. And based on all the testing I was able to do, that's pretty much the easiest way to do that.
Contact Supervisor.
Launch tube sealed.
Finally getting somewhere with the mining duct systems. Got the SOS beacon?
No, and the launch tubes are sealed. I need a deck administrator's rig to get them open.
The deck admin is Supervisor Dallas. He's on the processing subdeck. I've got rig activity for a Jacob Temple 2 maintenance subdeck. Maybe he left the SOS beacon there. Just hope you can reach it through these malfunctions.
Not malfunctions. Traps. The miner's way of holding the line.
Shit. Okay, I'll unlock the subdecks. Just make sure that beacon's not wired to anything.
Alright. So, again with the traps, the aggressor AI really likes to fuck with you in this hallway, so I was just getting ready for anything. Anyway, those traps are actually the alt fire from the line gun. I haven't been using the line gun at all during this playthrough, so you haven't seen it here, but the alt fire on the line gun in this game is like that laser trap that sticks to walls, and I have seen some very, very interesting uses for that on YouTube. People have been, quote-unquote, breaking the game by basically sticking a line gun laser trap to, you know, an object that you can move with kinesis and just sort of using that as like a weapon. Pretty interesting. I'm gonna have to try that at some point, because I have yet to experiment with that. I haven't really experimented much with the line gun in this game in general. I'm gonna have to use it at some point because I'm trying to get the platinum in this game, as pathetic as that sounds. I haven't cared about getting achievements or trophies in a game in years. But for this one game, I'm making an exception. And a part of that exception is because getting all the trophies in this game seems kind of easy.
Hey, Liz, it's Jacob. I couldn't reach you. If you find this, I'm off deck, but I'll be right back. I got a call from another survivor. He sounded terrified. I'm gonna lock up the SOS beacon and go and get him. Best launch window's not for a while. Anyway, and he sounds like he's worth the risk. He's a doctor. Mercer, I think. About time.
Yeah, I've met Mercer. He's a good guy. You can trust him.
I love you. Please, be careful.
My man Temple's got some good taste in guns. Got himself a force gun. Look at us, force gun buddies. Hell yeah. Alright, so this next little area has a lot of enemies, and it also has like one of the most scary moments in the game, in my opinion. We'll get to it here in a moment. That scream. For some reason, that scream always sends a shiver down my spine. So, yeah, going into this room, you really just want to have all of your directions on lock. You want to always know where the enemies are at. So just always turn around, always expect there to be an enemy behind you, because there probably is. There are just a lot of enemies on this part, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming. Something, 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 and they hit the ground running, you know? I don't really have a great strategy for this part, because it seems like the aggressor AI has a bit of a role to play in how difficult this little area can be, but there are a lot of enemies, so just always be vigilant, like I am now. Just look at the vigilance on this guy. Also, an enemy will always show up either in that hallway that I was just facing, or from the left. So just always expect enemies. There's actually two. Now this Leaper. And then we got Dr. Dipshit fucking Spitter over here. Oh yeah, this is the one time I ended up using the Pulse Rifle's alt fire for its actual intended purpose. I actually used it as a landmine for once. And it worked out. That's like the only time I ever fucking did that. But at this point, I'm just running around and making sure that everything's dead and no more enemies are going to show up. And did you fucking see that, dude? That Necromorph was diving at my ass like he was trying to catch a Hail Mary pass from Kirk Cousins, and I was just like, yeah, no, denied. The Force Gun said, get sacked, motherfucker. And that's why I love the Force Gun. That idiot just bounced off at me. Good shit. I love the Force Gun. But once you kill everything and then work your way through all of these hallways, you can shoot this this door open through that window. Hit the fuse through the window, and then you can unlock the door.
Dallas here. Security to the mining deck now. Dr. Kimes lost it. Get back! I know how to use it. He'll live for the rest of his life if you'll give me codes to the cargo bay. This is processing. Why the hell would we have codes for cargo? I must get to the marker. We're running out of time. Give me those codes. Christ, is this what you did to the captain? No, Ben was an accident. Don't you dare compare me to someone like Mercer. I'm trying to save you. The Mercer's our only hope. No, Ben is gone. He's on. Where the fuck is he?
So this is our first encounter with the Armor Necromorphs. And in my opinion, the Armor Necromorphs are really easy, but I think it's also because by this point in the game, I had really kind of been practicing the whole aim for the arms strategy, because it's good for saving ammo, because you can kind of combine that with your kinesis and such. But yeah, the Armor Necromorphs are difficult because obviously they have armor, and you can only really aim for their elbow region. You can also do pretty good damage to them by getting headshots and just dismembering their heads. But as is pretty typical with every Necromorph, getting the decap isn't really like a great way to damage them.
In the processing control room, but someone tripped the failsafe. The control room door can't open till gravity is restored, but the system won't reset the gravity while there's loose debris.
Is the processing beam still running? Stand by.
So this puzzle was an absolute pain in the ass in the original game, but my goodness, they made it easier in the remake. You don't have to fight as many enemies, plus the fact that you can free float just makes it easier. But when I destroy those first two asteroids, I like to beeline back into this little area, because it's a little bit easier to take on these enemies when you're not in a free floating environment. So, getting the contact beam ready, and then just doing the best I can. Two leapers and 2 lurkers show up, so kind of a big little gaggle of enemies that we end up fighting here. That leaper took a chunk out of me, but it's all good. Still got quite a few first aid kits at this point. Went ahead and used a safety heal, I guess. Good old safety heal. I never thought I would say that in the context of Dead Space. Normally, I say the word safety heal when I'm like fighting a boss in Dark Souls or Elden Ring or something. Yeah. Fly around, break stuff, grab items, and then you grab the asteroids with kinesis and yeet them into the disposal. You probably don't need me telling you this, but don't fly into the disposal machine. Actually, okay, unless you're playing on Impossible, you should do it at least once. Just to watch Isaac get grinded up into utter nothingness. Just watch Isaac get disposed of like a stray asteroid. But yeah. The Dead Space games have always had like really crazy, unique like death animations. It almost makes dying fun. Sadly, I haven't died yet during this playthrough. But we still have a few chapters to go, so the possibility still remains, I guess. Alright, so turning gravity back on. This is probably one of the more difficult encounters in the game, in all honesty, if you don't know what you're doing and if you don't have like a solid plan. I never really have a solid plan going into this, but the Force Gun is definitely your friend on this part. And as long as you sort of move in one consistent direction and you take out the enemies as you go, you're pretty much good as golden. Biggest recommendation I can give for this part is stasis, Force gun. The Force gun is a big one. I feel like this whole chapter was just built for the Force gun. Like, it really was. Every single encounter in this chapter is just, hey, Force gun. That's a good go-to. Yeah, use the Force gun, use stasis, and then just kill enemies as quickly as you can. And then as you make your way over towards this door, more enemies will spawn. Such as an armored necromorph. And I believe an exploder, yeah. The only time it's really difficult to fight exploders is when you're in like a big group fight. And then the presence of the sploders can get a little bit stressful, but if you're smart, you can actually use the sploders to your advantage in battle. And I think I actually showcased that a little bit next chapter when we get into a fight in the atrium area. And I end up using the alt fire on the Force gun to group enemies together and blow them up. But anyway, picking up Supervisor Dallas's rig. We now have security clearance maxed out. And we also have one of the rigs that we need for that extra special side quest.
What they become. And I cannot let that happen to me. If I don't have any limbs, I can kill anything now.
The administrator's red changed location. You got it?
That poor bastard literally dismembers himself alive to avoid becoming a necromorph. That is just dedication I can't even comprehend. The guy from 127 hours, you need to get on this guy's level. Why cut off one of your arms when you can cut off your arms and your legs and everything? I'm just joking. Anyone who doesn't realize that I'm just being facetious, you gotta realize that I'm just joking. Alright, so what did I do with the store? I don't even remember. Got rid of that semiconductor, and that was it. Alright. So, oh yeah, so you don't want to really use that store. And if you do use that store, make your visit very, very quick. Because there's like a necromorph slasher that is just randomly scripted to attack you when you use that store. And I've tried multiple different methods to like lure the necromorph out of hiding to kill it before it attacks you, but it's literally rigged. Like, you use that store, the necromorph shows up. It happens every time. And you can't exit out of the store menu quick enough to dodge the attack. So you just take damage. It sucks. It fucking sucks. Avoid that store like the goddamn bubonic plague. Man, I'm just like, this game has got some seriously impressive visual detail. Like that random like debris and like the pebbles that are sitting just on the ground on the cargo lift here. It's just random little stupid things.
Hammond?
This is a great looking game.
He must be in the vents on the crew deck.
They're bringing something in.
Make it stop! Make it stop!
What? That was the marker. Did you?
No. I didn't see anything. I lost Hammond's signal again. Just get the SOS Beacon. I want off this fucking ship.
Don't worry, Kendra. We'll get you off this ship. Maybe. Alright, so coming into this room, there are two infectors. You got that one on the left, and then as soon as you kill that one, there's this guy. And I actually ended up getting into kind of a scuttlebutt with this asshole, because he tried to do this. So before he could infect that corpse, I opted to stasis him and then grenade his shit. Also, this room in general is a pain in the ass because we have to deal with a wall guardian. So, luckily, as you can see, there is just a giant treasure trove of explosive canisters laying around that we get to use. So we take out some of these little potato things, and then do that. And then the wall guardian usually dies after like 2. And that takes care of that. Also, if you're wondering how many pulse grenades it takes to kill a wall guardian, it kind of varies. It depends on, like, how many, like, you know, how many power nodes you've invested into the pulse rifle damage. And it also depends on, like, how direct your hits are. But, yeah, usually it can take 2 grenades, it can take 5 grenades. It really just depends. Yeah, this room, or this hallway, I should say, is optional, but I would definitely say that it's worth coming in here. However, the only 2 doors that we can open are Storage 1 and Storage 2. Coming in here, we've got boogers. Boogers! I almost regretted not having the flamethrower anymore at this point. But then I remember that we get the prototype stasis module in the next chapter, so I didn't care anymore. The prototype stasis module makes killing boogers pretty effortless. When we exit this room, that guy spawns, and every so often, another enemy will spawn, which is exactly what happened to me here. So I just switched to the force gun and kind of used that as like a get out of jail free card for this. Alright. Storage 1 cleared. Let's head into Storage 2.
Log retrieved.
This is Dr. Kine's office.
Record then. What difference does it make now?
Terrence, I know the marker is responsible for the outbreak. I need to understand how.
Signal. And it pulses that signal can trigger alterations in genetic code. Neural structure even. You felt it, haven't you?
But how do I stop it?
Mercer must know. He's taken all his marker research up to his room on the crew deck and sealed... No.
Sealed it? Do you know how? Please, I need Mercer's data.
No, he'll kill you. I won't have more deaths on my conscience. Unitology was all I had after I lost Amelia. Look what it's come to.
Terrence, listen.
If it weren't for you, I never would have made it this far because you made me stick with it.
Well, just remember, I'm giving you up for 6 months so you can do this.
You loved Amelia as much as I love Isaac, but if I can't cure this outbreak, I'll never see him again. Please, help me.
39277. If you must get into Mercer's room, that code should still work.
Thank you. Here. These are safer with you.
Dr. Brennan. Nicole. The only thing Mercer ever feared was death. Now, I doubt he's afraid of anything. Nicole?
Oh, God. I'm so sorry, Isaac. Look at the time difference. I'll call you back later.
It's okay. How you doing?
Good. You were right, Isaac. The Ishimura is a great ship. I am so lucky to be serving aboard her.
We'll enjoy it while it lasts. You know they're gonna decommission her next year.
Isaac, thank you.
For what?
For just pushing me to do this. I mean, if it weren't for you, I never would have made it this far because you made me stick with it.
Well, just remember, I'm giving you up for 6 months so you can do this.
You know what? We must be getting out of range of the relay.
Nicole? Nicole? Taking it easy. Hello, Dickie. Great.
Man, it's amazing that AT&T still exists in the future. But coming in here, if you guys remember this from the original Dead Space, it's the fucking gondola part. And I'm talking the part where it's all on rails and you gotta shoot stuff as you slowly scoot forward. Only this time in the remake, it's actually a lot less insufferable. In the original game, this part actually sucked. Like, it was not fun. But in the remake, it's better purely because it doesn't go on for quite as long and it's just not as difficult. But it is a bit of a pain in the ass for what it's worth, I guess. But I actually got really good RNG on this part, and I was able to just sort of spam barrels and hit them with other barrels and just get massive amounts of, like, double damage with explosives. I barely had to use my gun. And that makes me happy. I'm always happy to save ammo, motherfucker! Look at that. Double explosion. Double damage. You love to see it. But yeah, that was pretty much just luck, because those guys just so happened to be standing in, like, perfect spots where I was able to do that just through sheer luck. So thanks, Dead Space gods.
Isaac.
Oh, hi, Nicole.
Oh my god. I can't believe you're here.
I thought I'd never see you again.
Have you lost weight?
There's an SOS beacon nearby. We can call for help.
The beacon, right. They locked it in the workshop, but my clearance can get us in. This way.
Alright. So before we follow our beautiful, wonderful girlfriend, Nicole, we're going to grab some loot.
Nicole, there's so much I need to tell you.
I know. We'll have time. I promise. Let's get you that beacon. Everyone's counting on us.
Yep. So for those of you guys who remember this sequence from Dead Space 1, they changed this part too. In Dead Space Original, Nicole could actually die on this part. Also, I was really expecting the enemies to show up from that part of the railing, because that's what happened when I had tested it prior. But I guess the game knew that I was expecting that, because I was standing there already, so they decided to spawn the enemies behind me. But the idea here is that you gotta kill the enemies on your tier, and then you have to kill the enemies up on Nicole's tier to keep her safe. However, in the remake, Nicole, I actually haven't really tested this all the way, so I can't really be like super duper certain about this, but I don't think Nicole can die in the remake. And in fact, I don't think the necromorphs even target her.
It's done. The workshop's open. I've never seen you at work. You're a surgeon with that thing.
I got your back. Okay.
Takes a lot of skill to be a force gun surgeon, trust me.
At SOS Beacon. There's maintenance ducts everywhere. I'll catch up.
You see any more? You hide. Okay?
Cross my heart. I love you, Isaac. You can do this. You'll put things back the way they were. And make us whole again.
Make us whole again, Isaac. Make us whole. I want you in my hole, Isaac. Get in my hole, Isaac. Alright, so, after that little brief encounter with Nicole, come in here, grab all this good shit, and then grab the SOS beacon. And then if we move that box out of the way, we can get some more random little goodies out of that little corner. And then off we go.
I lost your rig signal, like Hammond's.
I'm good. I got the SOS beacon. Nicole helped me out.
Nicole's there.
We got separated. She'll find her way back.
She's a trooper, huh?
I'm heading back to the mining control room. I'll launch the beacon. You watch out for Nicole.
Assuming the system doesn't fizzle out again. Stay sharp.
I like how, like, disappointed Kendra sounded about, like, hearing about Nicole. Like, oh, Nicole, she actually exists, huh? That whole time I thought you were just pulling our leg, Isaac. I thought you were just lying about having a girlfriend to look cool or something. Because honestly, Isaac, I kind of wanted to be your girlfriend. Do you guys think that it's insinuated in this game that Kendra wants to get with Isaac? Because I sort of do. I guess we'll find out later. I mean, those of you who know the story of how this game plays out are probably looking at me with a side eye like, what the fuck is this guy talking about right now? But hey, we all have our fan theories, okay? I'm just joking. But what's cool about Dead Space Remake on this part is that we don't have to take the stupid gondola back. We can actually use zero gravity to just fly back. And then we can also fly on down into this little chamber. Pick up a nice flamethrower upgrade, and there's a power node and some other good shit. Also, be careful when you pick up this power node because of douchebag here on the wall. Also, there's like a random item tucked under that shelf. But you have to like move some shit to get it. Sometimes it's money, sometimes it's ammo. It is what it is. Yeah, the little potato monsters were shooting at me, and I was doing my best to make a speedy getaway, but you can only move so fast when you're walking on the Sloppy Joe necromorph carpeting. I don't know what exactly. Necromorph floor sludge? I have no idea. Alright. Let's go back up to the mining deck with our good old SOS Beacon in hand. Also, there's a reason that I have that rod. It's because we've got a little bit of an encounter with some lurker babies coming up. And I like to use that rod basically to get a free kill. You're telling me that gate just shuts and locks when the power goes out? That's a design flaw and a half. But, alright, when you see the lurker babies coming down the elevator shaft, that's when it's time to engage. So if you have a rod or anything you'd like to throw at them, that would be the time to do it. When it comes to this lurker baby, I kind of wish that I would have, like, killed him with a necromorph limb or something. Thrown an arm at him. Oh yeah, a leaper shows up on this part. Totally forgot about that. Yeah, I was just kind of like waiting for him to circle all down to me, and then we fought. That leaper went down very quickly. I don't know if like that was just the plasma cutter being good. I don't even remember this guy. Who is this son of a bitch? Oh, he hurt me. Okay, I guess an armor necromorph showed up too. That would have been a lot easier if I would have had stasis. But I am out of stasis at this point. Alright. Sadly, I had to use the first aid kit. You hate to see that. Especially at this point in the game, man. That shit's getting rare. I don't want to have to buy it from the store, because that shit's fucking expensive. Oh yeah, I remember this part too. The game, for some reason, despawned the kinesis box. So I had to... Yeah, like, luckily the game... I don't know what the fuck just happened, dude. That was like a double glitch. There was like a glitch and then another glitch that fixed the previous one. It was... whatever. But now we can get the level 4 suit. Also sell those stupid Ripper blades because I don't use the Ripper. Alright, time to get Isaac looking up to date. Isaac is going to be looking dapper as fuck. New mechanic suit. We're going to have more inventory. We're going to have more health. It's all good. I gotta say, that suit looks significantly cooler than the other one. Like, before this suit, the other suits didn't really look that different from each other, but this one actually looks really cool. Alright, what else did I buy? Medium med pack, just for safety. That's a good way to spend 5,000 bucks. Jesus H. Christ. Alright. So, with the SOS beacon in hand, I also have no idea what happened with that necromorph. I thought the necromorph spawned up in this hallway, but I guess he spawned in behind me because nothing happened here. But going through this door, some things definitely happened. Like a sploder. So I used my landmine thing, which didn't do anything, by the way. Like, for some reason, my little landmine trick didn't do shit. Somebody stepped on it, but it didn't do anything. But alas, we can open this door now. Enter this creepy little equipment room where we get a power node and all sorts of other random shit. Money. Lots of money in here, actually. And back to mining control we go. Alright, let's release this asteroid.
Granted. Prepping launch tubes. Error. Launch tubes obstructed.
Aw, fuck you.
What was that?
The miners must have booby-trapped the launch tubes, too. They're scrap.
Well, that's great. We can't just toss the beacon out a window.
There's gotta be something. The asteroid. The one in the mining bay for smelting.
What about it?
If I attach the SOS beacon to that asteroid and then launch it away from the ship, we'd get a clean broadcast.
And you get yourself killed. The machinery in there is still running, Isaac.
Then it probably kept those things out too. This is our best shot, Kendra. I'm taking it.
Go get her, Isaac. At it again. Taking that initiative. Alright. So, now we have to pretty much do the same puzzle that we had to do in Dead Space OG. And also, I was like distracted looking at my inventory. So I forgot about this guy. But luckily, I dodged his attack by pure happenstance. And I was able to do that. So, thank God. Thank the Lord for good luck. And that burp. And I definitely forgot to pick up this text log at some point. But hey, I missed it before, but I got it now. Alright, so now we've got 5 more nodes to play around with. Let's upgrade the force gun, I think. Is that what I did? Or I think that's what I did. Looks like that's what I'm doing. What I want to do here. Come on, past Cody. Yeah, there you go. Upgrade the damage. Yeah, and then you upgrade the okay, I upgraded capacity. That works too. Upgrade the reload and then upgrade the damage. Also, the actual like upgrade for the force gun is the subsonic oscillator or whatever the fuck it's called. It's good, but I don't really use the gravity well very often, so I kind of put off getting that upgrade. I start using the gravity well a little bit more towards the late game though, because I finally started realizing how good it can be, especially in group fights. All right, cell semiconductor. And, what else did I do? Plasma cutter ammo. That's a good investment. That's a good investment. I was wondering, because, like, I just got done playing and taking some notes for Chapter 10. And I was wondering why I have so much plasma cutter ammo. It's because I'm stocking up early. Okay, so let's... Okay, I did that on accident. I did not mean to plop down a gravity well right there. I don't know what I was trying to do. I think I was trying to lay down a pulse rifle grenade. Oh yeah. It was a little bit too late for me to do the plan the way I wanted to do it, but it still worked out, so. Yeah, there's 2 sploders in this narrow little hallway here, so. You just kind of want to move through here carefully. Kill them one by one. Because everything is so tight and narrow in here, you just want to make sure that you're not signing yourself up for a big old buttfuck casserole of getting blown up. Like this. There you go. Just kind of like wait for them to line themselves up down one section of the hallway and take them down. And then once the sploders are dead, you are free to go back and grab the battery. It's kind of a pain in the ass having to haul the battery around when sploders are afoot. Sploders. Sploders in their natural habitat. Welcome to Australia. This is what we deal with. Also, this enemy, I just like to leave him for now. We're going to have to get rid of him later because we end up backtracking through that hallway, at which point he's still there. Fucking try hard. But yeah, we'll kill that guy later. But for now, we're just going to say bye-bye and continue on our merry way. I wonder if Isaac would be a big Crash Bandicoot fan with all the boxes he breaks. He's like super into that shit. They'd probably give him PTSD about his time on the Ishimura here. Oh god, this makes me think of that time I had to break boxes to survive. I was scraping for ammo and money and everything. Alright.
The asteroid's held by a few gravity tethers. There's no emergency shutdown. We'll have to disable it the hard way. Plant the SOS beacon on the surface.
Okay.
So, all you have to do for this puzzle is freeze the gravity tether with your stasis. And then when it slows down and you see those little purple fuses through the gaps, you shoot them. It's pretty much the exact same puzzle that was in the original game. They didn't change anything about this puzzle. So if you remember how to do the puzzle in Dead Space Original, you know how to do it here. It's the exact same. Everything down to the part where you have to fly outside to plant the SOS beacon on the asteroid. It's all there, baby. Yeah, every time you complete a part of this, more enemies will show up. I think a total of 2 leapers show up on this part. 1 leaper shows up after you destroy the first interior tether. There goes the second tether. So now we gotta fly outside and destroy the other 2 tethers. And we also need to plant the SOS beacon. So, a couple more objectives. And I think I was disoriented and just trying to get my bearings here. But I was also trying to fly back for a stasis recharge. Always got to abuse that where you can. Alright, so now we get to Iron Man our way outside. Sorry if my voice sounded weird when I said that. I got like a bubble stuck in my throat for a second. That was weird. Yeah, I like to fly out through the lower left side there, just because it's, I don't know, it's a little bit easier for me. And then you plant the SOS beacon on the tippy top of the asteroid right there. Make sure you don't forget to do that. It's actually kind of easy to forget. Then when you're done with that, go ahead and take out the 2 gravity tethers. Down goes 1. Fly over to the other side here. And take down the other one. And then, when you go to fly back inside, you no longer have to worry about the spinning fucking wheel of doom that'll kill you and grind you to bits. That ring right there. That spinning ring around the asteroid that you have to avoid. You no longer have to avoid it. So there we go. That solves that puzzle. Hesitate to really call it a puzzle, but I guess that's what it technically is. Alright. Back to wherever the fuck, the control room where we launched the stupid asteroid. asteroid control chamber. And there's this guy. I was really hoping I could use the force gun to like blow him into the flames, but that was not on the to-do list. So before you make your way through this this fire, make sure you grab the battery, because you're gonna need the battery. Keep in mind that the battery powers that little elevator that we need to actually reach the control room. So yeah, make sure you grab this on your way. So I made a little pit stop here for this item that I never grabbed. $100 just for me. Yeah, this fire will absolutely annihilate your shit, so be careful. And don't take a ton of fire damage on this part. Plug that baby back in, and back up we go. We are finally almost at the end of this long fucking chapter. We did it. We did it. Also, now that we have maximum level 3 security clearance, we can open almost everything.
It's working. The beacon's online, broadcasting wideband. I'll align the receiver. This will take a minute. Head on back to the tram station.
Alright. Back to the tram station we go. Uh-oh. Bad news. Oh look, it's everyone's favorite hazardous anomaly. The Hunter. That's right, the Hunter's back and better than ever.
Quarantine shit with that Hunter there, the system can't lift the lockdown.
Override the manual door release.
I'll try.
So, the Hunter can actually move at full speed on this part. In addition to that, you have to fight other necromorphs. So, a couple of enhanced necromorphs will spawn, and you also have to avoid the Hunter. So, if you're not ready for this part, it can be pretty difficult. Also, the Hunter just fucking shanked me, because I went running right into his fucking titties, because I heard the next enhanced necromorph spawn in. But now all we need to do is escape. So to that end, we'll just use our typical Hunter escape tactic, which is kinesis that shit at him so that he's nice and stasis-assisted. Stasis that guy. If you don't have any stasis handy, you can use the force gun too. Works just as good. Knocks him right on his ass. And now we just run away. We just run the fuck away, all the way back to the elevator. And I stopped at the store. How fucking tone deaf of me. Amazing, I love that. You can't stop this guy from doing business. Jesus Christ. Alright, cool. So now we just need to run back to the tram station. A bunch of enemies actually spawn in on this part, but kind of similar to the very, very, very beginning of the game. You can just run past these guys. And if any of them get in your way, just hit them with a force gun. Knock them out of your way. And there we go. We don't even have to fight any of those guys. Just saved a ton of ammo and a ton of time by just running away.
I think it's gone, but I can't be sure. The system's bugged out again. I'm getting those camera glitches. The ones that look like my brother, waving at me. At least the beacon's away. I'm aligning the... Wait. Array receiver not responding. Oh shit.
The comms array. We never fixed it. Guess there wasn't a broken encoder.
Then let's hope that 48 hours estimate was wrong too. No comms, no rescue. Take the tram to the bridge. I'll hack open the door to communications. You see what's happening with the array. And don't worry about Nicole. Like Hammond said. She'll do the smart thing.
I hate it when they fucking say that. Nicole's a doctor. She'll do the smart thing. I'm gonna start saying that, dude. Oh yeah, by the way, coming into this room, we have a little encounter with a very unique enemy called Divider Parts. Why are they called Divider Parts? Well, you'll just have to stick around and find out. You're not going to find out in this chapter, but you will find out in the next chapter. At least I think it's the next chapter. We have our first encounter with the Dividers, an enemy that I consider to be one of my favorites, just purely because of how they look. They're a pain in the ass, and they're annoying to fight, but it's all good. I got a great strategy for dealing with the Dividers when we cross that bridge. But anyway, yeah, that's basically the end of this chapter. We have, like, nothing left to do except go back to the tram station, so yeah. Nice and long chapter. I do like this chapter. This chapter is really, I don't know, there's something enjoyable about it. Anyway, Dr. Douchebag shows up. Leaper, so deal with him however you see fit. I'm pretty sure this guy just spawned in from the aggressor AI. I'm not sure if he's scripted or not. But whatever. He's dead now. And that's the end of chapter 7. Into the Void! Beautiful. Time for chapter 8, Search and Rescue. Then we get to see who is going to respond to our Ishimura distress call. But yeah, that's the end of that video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed chapter 7. I'm going to get down to business uploading this shit. And then I need to upload chapter 8 and then do the commentary on that. And we're almost done. I mean, we're getting pretty damn close to the end of the game. I mean, I know that, like, I'm kind of falling behind on uploads and shit. Partially because of how goddamn busy I am at work. This job that I fucking hate. I'm just kidding. But, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed all the Dead Space stuff up to this point. And then I'm thinking when we actually beat the game, I'm probably going to do a New Game Plus playthrough as well, because this game has a lot of unique New Game Plus content that actually pertains to, like, the story and stuff, and it's only on New Game Plus. It's actually stuff that you can't see or access in the regular New Game. So I'll probably do a New Game Plus playthrough, and I might do an Impossible Run playthrough as well, because I think that'd be kind of fun. But yeah, I'm enjoying the shit out of this game. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this as well. And I will see you next time for Chapter 8.